So I play a lot of random games with my friends, and I have to decide which ones to make a video on, and it would have felt like a disservice if I didn't bring this game to your attention. For those of you who don't know, this is Zombie Army Trilogy, made by Rebellion in 2015. This is an interesting twist on the Sniper Elite series. Zombie Army Trilogy is an action-packed zombie-killing campaign with co-op that has a lot to offer. This is a remaster of the original games with a third chapter and more content. This is the best way to play these games.
What?
And from the start, you can start to see the magic of this game. It's just me and my bro sniping zombies in the head in these cool spooky areas, and it gets pretty intense often. The sniper is really satisfying, but I love shooting into hordes of zombies with my shotgun or pistol. It's hard to believe this game came out over a decade ago. I played this back in 2016 with the same friend, and I don't remember most of this game, which is good to me because it feels almost new. The graphics and especially the presentation still looks good to me. At a certain point, a game doesn't visually get outdated for me. This will still look good in 2035. Combine that with satisfying gameplay with multiplayer, and you have a recipe for success. You have a simple but functional loadout system with the weapons. Just pick and start with what you want. If you know the better weapons, then you can just start with them. The more interesting customization are the characters. I'm sure you noticed that we're Left 4 Dead characters, and it's not a mod. They're just in the game. How can you not pick someone like Ellis or Bill? I mean, there are some World War II soldier looking guys, but on the other hand, you can be Zoe or Coach. I think it's an obvious decision.
This is like modern Call of Duty, dude. You might as well be like Nick Minaj.
Speaking of World War II, if you couldn't tell, we're dealing with some good old Nazi zombies, which is way cooler than killing regular zombies, and that's coming from me if you know what I'm saying. I don't get too deep into the story because I want you to discover it, but this game is mostly about gameplay anyway.
I think something cool is gonna be inside. Do the honors. It's beautiful.
The story is pretty cool and simple like a 90s shooter. I'll just tell you that it's during World War II and you have to kill zombie Hitler and his undead army. That's right, we have to take down the big bad H-Dog with all of his flags everywhere. Remember when games weren't afraid to do this as often? The good old days. There's actually a good amount of attention to detail and you notice it from game to game. Like I noticed a lot more interesting and interactable items and areas from the first game to the third game.
Imagine we needed to use that.
But something all of these games have in common is the difficulty. We played on the hardest difficulty and it actually wasn't that hard. Our biggest struggles in the beginning were with certain enemy types. Of course there's regular zombies, but there's some that shoot at you. One has a machine gun and he slowly makes his way towards you with a lot of health. And the more annoying one has a sniper and you have to learn his maneuvers so you don't get wrecked. I thought these enemies were annoying at first, but they add some variety. The fire zombies, or the ones that spawn new zombies, felt like a good fair challenge. We only died a small handful of times, usually through trial and error, which can be really annoying when it feels inevitable, but I'm not gonna lie, the reason why it wasn't so hard is this setting where you can choose the amount of zombies you deal with. We played with 2 people, but changed the setting to have the amount of zombies for 1 person. I mean, if you have that option and it still lets you get the achievement for beating it on the hardest difficulty, it is what it is. That's the main reason we started with the hardest difficulty. It was pretty fun achievement hunting. I had 36 achievements from a decade ago, but I bumped it up to 47 achievements with a 69 completion rate. We got some progress for some achievements that are out of the way that I can imagine going back for, like we only got a taste of Horde mode. This seemed pretty solid and underrated. I also only had 20 hours of playtime all those years ago, and now I have about 40, so it's a solid 15 to 25 hours of content depending on how you go about it. That might seem bad with the original price, but if you get this game on sale for $5 or less, then that's a great deal. I have very little criticisms that would hold this game back. I already told you a few, but this game is pretty linear even though I think it works well and the level design is fun. Some parts of the game felt anticlimactic in that we were expecting more action, but that could be our fault with the difficulty setting. There didn't seem to be as many X-ray vision kill cams, and Horde mode crashed on us a couple times. But all of that's nothing when you compare it to all of the positive things I've said, not to mention the epic boss fight at the end. But at the end of the day, it's just really cool having all 3 of these great games in a nice simple package for a cheap price, that's easy to run but still looks good, has multiplayer and co-op, lots of action with cool levels, and just reminds me of good old classic gaming that's just simply fun. Don't overthink it. So if you ask me, yes, Zombie Army Trilogy is still worth playing.
It's adorable. Oh! Okay, that was not so adorable.
I'm really glad my friend wanted to play this game again. If you have a friend to play with, then this is a must-buy. Even if you're solo and this looks like your type of game, I'm sure it's still fun. It kinda reminds me of Left 4 Dead or Call of Duty Zombies because I'm sure it's still fun by yourself, but more fun with friends. I'm surprised this game or series isn't compared to those classic zombie games. Maybe it just didn't hit the mainstream like that. This trilogy is underrated, but that doesn't mean we didn't get a new game after that because in 2020, Rebellion released Zombie Army 4. I plan on playing that game with the same friend, and I'd love to see the new direction of this series. Now, we just need Zombie Army 5. Drop a comment telling me what you think of this game or if you played it multiple times. I wanted to make this video brief, but I'm curious what you guys think and if the community is strong enough to get this video some attention. Leave a like if the Zombie Army community is cool like that, or if you just enjoyed the video. And shout out to the homie for this epic co-op adventure in wrecking Hitler with me. But thank you guys for watching until the very end. It really means a lot in that you don't have a fried attention span. Support me in the biggest way by becoming a member or subscribe if you want to stick around. Here's some other zombie videos on the screen, but it was lit wrecking Hitler. Thanks for watching. Peace.